The infrastructure that was used probably 5 years ago is very different to the infrastructure that's being used today. But what Jensen's point was, I think it's a very important point, is NVIDIA has always been relevant. Historically, we see companies that are relevant at one phase of development, and then as the infrastructure changes, they become irrelevant. But you guys were able to innovate and push through. Let's move to a non-AI related topic for a second. I want to talk about education. So today, knowing what you know, seeing what you see, and being at the cutting edge of this technology, what should people focus on when it comes to education? What should they learn? How should they educate their kids and their societies?
Wow, excellent question. I'm going to say something, and it's going to sound completely opposite of what people feel. You probably recall over the course of the last 10 years, 15 years, almost everybody who sits on a stage like this would tell you it is vital that your children learn computer science. Everybody should learn how to program. And in fact, it's almost exactly the opposite. It is our job to create computing technology such that nobody has to program. And that the programming language is human. Everybody in the world is now a programmer. This is the miracle. This is the miracle of artificial intelligence. For the very first time, we have closed the gap. The technology divide has been completely closed. And it's the reason why so many people can engage artificial intelligence. It is the reason why every single government, every single industrial conference, every single company is talking about artificial intelligence today.
So far, we've talked about what AI is and how it works. Now, let us get to the question that really matters to most of us. How does this help me today? Not next year, not in some high-tech lab, but right now, with the real tasks you're already doing. Think of AI as a support assistant. It's here to help you organize your thoughts, clean up rough ideas, and save a ton of time. It's not here to replace your thinking, but to enhance it. AI really hits its sweet spot with tasks that are repetitive, text-heavy, time-consuming, and honestly, just mentally draining. Let me give you a few common examples. Imagine turning your long, rambling notes from a lecture into a short, punchy summary, or drafting a professional email when you're staring at a blank screen. How about rewriting a message to sound clearer or more polite? AI can even help you plan schedules, organize to-do lists, and brainstorm ideas when you're completely stuck. The key thing to remember is that you're always in control. AI just helps you move faster. Let's look at a real-world situation. Imagine you just got out of a meeting and your notes are a total mess. Something like, talked about project deadline, maybe next Friday. John mentioned budget issue. Need to follow up with design team. Client wants updates soon. Not sure about timeline. It's all there, but it's scattered and chaotic. Now, let's give the AI a simple, clear command. Summarize these meeting notes into clear action points. And just like that, you get something clean and organized. For example, first, the project deadline is tentatively set for next Friday. Second, budget concerns were raised by John. Third, a follow-up is required with the design team. And fourth, the client is requesting an update on progress and the timeline. See, it's the exact same information, but it's so much clearer. This is where AI truly shines. Organizing your thoughts, not inventing new ones for you. And this isn't just for meeting notes. Students and creative professionals are using these tricks every single day. They're drafting emails and then editing them to sound like themselves. They're summarizing long articles or lectures before diving into their study sessions. They're turning rough, half-formed ideas into structured outlines. Remember, AI is great for creating first drafts, not final drafts. The core idea here is that AI helps you get started and provide structure. You are the one who decides what stays, what goes, and what gets polished. Here's a little exercise for you to try today. Take a messy note, a long text message, or just a rough idea you've been kicking around. Ask an AI to summarize it or clean it up for you. Then, compare the AI's version with your original. Finally, and this is the most important part, edit the result to make it sound like you. This little habit builds confidence and shows you how to use AI effectively from the very beginning. Ultimately, AI works best when you treat it like a helpful partner, not a final authority. You're the director, and AI is your assistant. In our next lesson, We'll dive even deeper and explore how AI can support creative work and learning, from writing and research all the way to generating brand new ideas. I'm excited to share more with you. See you there. Welcome back. Let's talk about the hardest part of any creative work, starting. You know the feeling. The blank page, the empty document, that blinking cursor just mocking you. Your brain insists, I have ideas, just not right now. It's a universal struggle, but this is exactly where AI can be a game changer. Not by doing the creative thinking for you, but by giving you a place to begin. Think of AI as your personal brainstorming partner. When you ask it for ideas, it's not inventing them from thin air. Instead, it's scanning massive amounts of information, countless stories, articles, headlines, and structures it has learned to find patterns. This makes it incredibly useful for a few key things. First, you can generate a whole list of story ideas in seconds. Second, you can explore the same topic from many different angles. Third, and maybe most importantly, it can help you break through those frustrating creative blocks. And finally, it can take those vague, half-formed thoughts floating around in your head and turn them into a structured outline. It's like having a creative assistant that never gets tired and is always ready for a new challenge. All right, let's see this in action with a live demo. We'll start with something simple. Let's open up an AI tool and give it a prompt. I'll type, give me 10 short story prompts about ambition and its consequences. Now watch this. In just a few seconds, we have a list of 10 distinct ideas. Some of these are pretty realistic, like a startup founder who has to compromise their ethics to succeed. Others are more dramatic, like an artist who makes a dangerous pact for fame. And some are completely unexpected, which can be really fun. Now, let's be clear, not all of these will be gold. And that's totally okay. In fact, that's part of the process. The goal here isn't to get a perfect, ready-to-go story on the first try. The goal is volume and variety. You're casting a wide net to see what you can catch. Out of these 10 ideas, maybe only 1 or 2 will really spark your interest. But that's all you need, one little spark to get your creative fire going. You can then take that one idea and run with it, or even combine elements from 2 or 3 different prompts to create something truly unique. So, once you've found an idea that really stands out, you can take it a step further. Let us say we like the one about the chef who discovers a rare ingredient that makes their food addictive. We can go back to the AI and ask it to help us organize our thoughts. I might type, create a basic 3-act outline for a story about a chef whose food becomes addictive. Instantly, the AI helps us build a structure. It will likely suggest a beginning where we meet the chef and learn about their ambitions. Then, a middle where they find the ingredient. Their restaurant becomes a sensation, but the dark side of the addiction starts to show. And finally, an end where the chef must face the consequences, leading to a resolution or maybe a shocking twist. What's important to remember is that you are still the director of this story. The AI provides the scaffolding, but you build the house. You decide the tone, the specific details, the dialogue, the voice, the message, and all the emotional beats that make a story truly resonate with an audience. This brings us to a really important rule to remember when working with AI for creative projects. AI gives you options. You make the choices. Good creative work doesn't come from just copying and pasting what an AI generates. It happens when you carefully select the ideas that resonate with you, when you take those raw concepts and rewrite them in your own unique voice, and when you skillfully combine different elements into something entirely new and original. The AI is a powerful tool, but your creativity, your perspective, and your choices are what transform its output into art. Now, it's your turn to try it out. I want you to open an AI tool. Any large language model will do. First, ask it to generate 10 story prompts in a genre that you enjoy, whether it's sci-fi, fantasy, romance, or mystery. Read through the list it gives you and pick one idea that genuinely stands out to you. Once you have your favorite, I want you to expand on it. You can do this in one of 2 ways. Either ask the AI to help you create a short outline, just like we did in the demo, or try writing a single paragraph that describes the beginning of the story. See how it feels to build upon that initial spark. And for those of you who want an optional challenge, try this. After you have your prompt, ask the AI to describe the story using 3 different tones. For example, ask for a serious version, a playful version, and a dramatic version. Compare the results. You'll be amazed at how a simple change in tone can completely transform the direction and feel of a story. This exercise is fantastic for understanding how to guide the AI to get closer to your vision. So, to wrap up, AI is not here to replace your creativity. It's here to be a catalyst. It can help you leap over that initial hurdle of hesitation and get you straight into the flow of creation, into a state of momentum. It's a tool that, when used thoughtfully, can make the creative process faster, more dynamic, and a lot less intimidating. In our next lesson, we're going to shift gears a bit and explore how AI can support you with studying and research. We'll cover how to use it effectively to learn new things without cutting corners or falling into the trap of letting it do all the work for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Welcome back. In this lesson, we're diving into how AI can revolutionize the way you study, do research, and take notes. Let's be honest, most of our studying problems aren't about being smart enough. They're about time, focus, and just plain information overload. You're staring at a mountain of pages, your notes are a mess, and you're struggling to find clarity. It's a familiar feeling for any student. This is exactly where AI steps in. Think of it as your personal learning assistant, designed to help you organize all that information so your brain can do what it does best. Focus on actually understanding the material. So, what is AI really good at when it comes to learning? It's incredibly helpful when you need to summarize long texts, pull out the most important ideas, turn that information into questions, or even reformat your notes for easier revision. It doesn't replace your own reading or critical thinking. Instead, it acts as a powerful tool to help you process everything much faster and more efficiently. Let's jump into a live demo to see this in action. Imagine you have a dense, one-page article you need to understand for an exam. Instead of rereading it 5 times until your eyes glaze over, you can simply ask an AI tool, "Summarize this article in 5 clear bullet points for a beginner." Instantly, you get the main ideas laid out, with all the extra noise stripped away. This gives you a much clearer mental map of the content. You can do this with lecture transcripts, blog posts, research papers, anything you need to digest quickly. It's a game changer for getting a quick overview before you dive deeper. But we don't have to stop at just a summary. Once you have those key points, you can take it a step further and turn your notes into powerful study tools. You can ask the AI, "Turn this summary into flashcards." Suddenly, you have a deck of digital cards with key terms and definitions, ready for practice. Or you could prompt it with, "Create a few short revision questions based on this content." Now, you're not just passively reading anymore. You're actively engaging with the material by testing yourself. This technique, known as active recall, is scientifically proven to improve memory and deepen your understanding far more than just rereading ever could. Let's do another practical task to really see the power of this. We'll take that same one-page article from before. This time, our prompt will be, "Create 10 quiz questions based on this article with the answers provided at the end." And just like that, the AI generates a custom quiz for you. It might create multiple choice questions, short answer prompts, or even true or false statements. What you get is a ready-made self-test that covers all the key concepts from the article. You can use these quizzes for so many things. They're perfect for last-minute exam prep, for creating study materials for a group session, or even for preparing to teach the material to someone else, which is one of the best ways to solidify your own knowledge. Now, before you get too excited, there's a very important rule to remember. AI is here to help you prepare to learn. It should not replace the learning process itself. It's a supplement, not a shortcut. So, always follow these best practices. First, check the AI's summaries against the original text to make sure they re-accurate and haven't missed crucial details. Second, always try to rewrite the key points in your own words. This forces your brain to process and internalize the information. And finally, use the quizzes to test your understanding after you've read the material, not as a way to skip reading it entirely. All right, now it's your turn to try. Here's a quick exercise. First, find a one-page article or a page from your lecture notes. Second, ask an AI to summarize it for you. Third, ask it to convert that summary into 10 quiz questions. And finally, try to answer those questions without looking back at the text. Pay close attention to what you remember easily and what you struggle with. This little exercise will immediately show you where the gaps in your knowledge are, helping you focus your study time more effectively. When you use it the right way, AI can transform passive reading into truly active learning. It's about working smarter, not just harder. In our next lesson, we'll explore how AI can help with planning, organization, and time management, essential skills that every student, professional, and creative person needs to master. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Welcome back. In this lesson, we're diving into one of the most exciting areas where AI can help: creative work. We'll cover how to integrate AI into your workflows for art, scripts, and editing. By the end, you'll see how AI acts as a creative partner, not a replacement for your own unique voice. Let's be honest, creativity rarely strikes like a bolt of lightning. It doesn't usually start with a perfect, fully formed idea. More often, it's a messy process. It begins with half-formed thoughts, scattered notes on your desk, or maybe just that dreaded blank page staring back at you, daring you to start. This is where so many people get stuck. The good news is, AI is fantastic at helping you get unstuck. It doesn't replace your creativity, it accelerates it. So, how does this actually work in practice? Well, most creative projects, whether it's writing a novel, designing a logo, or making a video, follow a similar path. It's a workflow. First, you have the idea stage. What are you trying to say or create? What's the core message? Second, you have the drafting stage. This is all about getting something down on paper or on the screen. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to exist. Third comes the refinement stage. This is where you make it better. You make it clearer, tighter, and stronger. You cut what isn't working and amplify what is. Finally, you have the finalization stage. This is where you add the finishing touches and get it ready to share with the world. AI can support you at every single step of this journey. Let's break it down with a few practical examples. Let's start with a common creative task: writing. Imagine you need to create a short video, but you're not sure where to begin. You could go to an AI and ask something simple like, "Give me 5 short video ideas about staying creative under pressure." The AI will instantly give you a list of starting points. Maybe one of them catches your eye. So, you pick that idea. Your next step is to turn it into a script. You can follow up with, "Turn this idea into a 30-second script with a calm, encouraging tone." Just like that, you have a first draft. It might not be perfect, but it's something you can work with. It's usable. You've moved from a blank page to a tangible script in just a few minutes. Now comes the refinement. You can ask the AI, "Rewrite this script to be shorter and more conversational." This is exactly how professionals work. They create a rough draft first, then they refine it, and then they refine it again. With AI, that cycle of drafting and refining becomes much, much faster. Okay, so you have a script. Now let's think about visuals. How do you create compelling images to go with your words? Instead of just randomly searching for stock photos or trying to guess what will look good, you can use AI to help you build the perfect image prompt. For instance, you could ask the AI, "Create an image prompt for a calm workspace at night, with warm lighting and a creative mood." The AI will help you articulate exactly what you're looking for. It will suggest details about the setting, the mood, the lighting, and even the artistic style. You're still the creative director here. You're making the decisions. The AI is simply helping you translate your internal vision into clear, effective instructions for an image generator. Now, let's talk about the most crucial part of any creative process: editing. Editing is where good ideas transform into truly great ones. This is another area where AI can be an incredible assistant. You can give the AI your draft, whether it's a script, a blog post, or an email, and ask for specific improvements. For example, you could say, "Make this more emotional," or "Simplify this text for beginners." A very common and useful one is, "Shorten this paragraph without losing its core meaning." Each time you ask for a revision, you're making a small improvement. Each round of edits improves the clarity and impact of your work. The key concept here is iteration. It's about making small, consistent improvements over multiple passes. AI makes this iterative process incredibly efficient. You might be wondering where people are actually using these workflows. The answer is everywhere. Creatives are using these exact steps for their social media posts, for writing short films and scripts, for developing storyboards for animations, and for creating initial art concepts. It's used for YouTube videos like this one, and for all kinds of marketing content. The specific format might change, but the fundamental process of idea, draft, and refine stays the same. All right, now it's your turn to try it out. Here's a quick exercise. I want you to create one short social media post. First, pick a topic you genuinely care about. It could be anything: your hobby, your work, a cause you support. Second, ask an AI to write a short caption for it, just 1 or 2 sentences. Third, refine that caption. Ask the AI to change the tone or make it clearer. Finally, create one image prompt that visually matches the message of your caption. When you're done, you'll have 2 things: your final, refined caption and your final, detailed image prompt. This simple exercise will give you a hands-on feel for the entire creative workflow we've just discussed. Now, before we wrap up, I want to share one very important rule for working creatively with AI. Never, ever publish the first output. The first draft is just the starting line, not the finish line. Always use AI to generate ideas and drafts. Then, take the time to review what it gives you. And most importantly, improve it. Add your own unique voice, your judgment, and your personal touch. That is what makes the final piece truly yours. When you start to understand and use this workflow, AI stops feeling like some intimidating, complex technology and becomes what it truly is: a powerful and useful tool in your creative toolkit. It helps you overcome creative blocks and bring your ideas to life more effectively. In our next module, we'll go even deeper into the tools themselves. We'll explore different types of AI models and learn how to choose the right one for the job you need to do. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.